from JP Morgan. Good morning. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Myra Pineda, and I'm the President and CEO of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Louisiana, and we're so excited to welcome you to our first Financial Fitness Friday, Access to Capital, with our great partners from JP Morgan Chase. This event would not be possible without their support, and we look forward to many more opportunities to engage our business community and our just business owners in general with lots of resources and tools that will help you scale your business and just become more savvy when it comes to financial affairs. And today we have a great team of experts that will share with you important information, critical information, particularly at this time where businesses have been impacted so severely. And we know how access to capital is so important in moving forward and rebounding from the impact. So without any further ado, because we have one short hour to get a lot of information and we want your engagement, we want questions in this chat, I will turn it over to Diana, but we have some housekeeping items. This event is also being shared on Facebook, so it's live, and we will be recording it and later added to our YouTube channel, so it will be always accessible to all. And now, without any further ado, Diana Holmes, our community relationship person that is manager, a newly created position for this area, and she is a trailblazer with lots of great ideas ready to implement in this area. Diana?
Thank you, Myra, and thank you, Hispanic Chamber of Louisiana, for co-sponsoring Financial Fit Friday. And as you mentioned, today's topic is access to capital. As Myra stated as well, I am Diana Holmes, the community manager for JP Morgan Chase. This role was created as a part of the firm's commitment to uplift Black and Latinx communities across the U.S. JP Morgan Chase is committed to providing financial health workshops, affordable home ownership workshops, workforce development, and support for minority-owned businesses. Today's webinar is one of the ways that we are educating business owners on how to access capital and how to prepare for future loan requests. I am joined by three phenomenal panelists who assist business clients every single day and help them reach their business goals. I'm joined by Peter Salas. He's a small business administration consultant here at JP Morgan Chase. Peter has over 30 years in the banking industry and is an SBA leader for the Greater South region. Peter's parents migrated from Cuba and were small business owners. He saw firsthand how they struggled to maintain their business. And Peter says this is what fuels his passion to help others be successful. We are also joined by Ilse Duncan, a business relationship manager at Chase Bank. Ilse has been with JP Morgan Chase for over 22 years. She assists clients every single day with obtaining capital and reaching their business goals. Ilse has helped many businesses, local businesses, grow and expand. Ilse says her goal is just simply to understand what your business goals are and bring unique insights and value to you and your business. Ilse is a proud member of the Hispanic Chamber of Louisiana. We're also joined by Martha Zarita. She's the Vice President of Communications at Lift Fund, and she has a significant amount of experience advocating for small businesses, helping to develop programs and strengthen partnerships in the community. Martha has led teams at Maestro Entrepreneurial Center and also the San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Martha is very passionate about helping businesses gain access to resources like the one we're providing today, and to help businesses thrive and grow. So Peter, Ilse, and Martha, thank you all for joining today's conversation. And I want to say that all three panelists are bilingual and they're eager to share information that will help your business be even more successful. So Ilse, I believe you want to say hello to everyone.
Yes, bienvenidos al seminario al acceso a capital organizado por la Cámara de Comercio Hispana de Nueva Orleans. Gracias, Mayra, por esta invitación y por poner esto junto con JP Morgan Chase. Los panelistas somos bilingües, hablamos español. So, si tienen alguna pregunta en español, después cuando hagamos las preguntas más adelante, por favor lo pueden hacer en español y nosotros le contestaremos. So, bienvenidos de nuevo.
Thank you, Ilse. Thank you for translating that in Spanish for everyone. So let's get started. Peter, we're going to start with you this afternoon. Tell us all about Small Business Administration, or more commonly known as SBA.
Well, thank you, Diana, and thank you for the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in Louisiana for putting this event together. It's great to be in front of small business owners and help share education and information on how they can access capital. So as the SBA manager at Chase, I help support the business bankers and the customers that business banking supports with access to capital to certain government programs. So the SBA, which was created decades ago, known as the Small Business Administration, helps provide guarantees to the bank to induce the bank to do loans that otherwise they didn't feel comfortable doing. But with the partnership of the government and the SBA and the bank, we're able to lend money to those small businesses. There's a variety of SBA loan programs, and we are eager to meet with clients to explore the different options and make sure that the client chooses the right option for them, leveraging the SBA, the Small Business Administration loans.
Thank you, Peter, for explaining just an example of how the government partners with banks across the U.S. to provide capital to business owners. Peter, can you also share some other ways in which business owners can access capital outside of an SBA loan?
Yes, so the bank offers a variety of options to gain access to capital for small businesses. So depending on the loan size, if it's very small, the credit card program that we have for small business customers is a great way to access pretty easy, pretty quickly, small amounts of capital to start or grow their business. Then there's also traditional financing, the traditional loan programs that the bank offers to clients. And those could be term loans with a fixed rate. Those could be lines of credits. It depends what the use of the funds are going to be in order to determine which type of program. And then if the small business owner is not what we call bank ready for access to capital through a bank, we partner with other organizations outside of the bank, like CDFIs, Community Development Financial Institutions, that can provide access to capital to those small business owners that maybe are starting a business for the first time and don't even have the financials and a business plan put together. And they provide very important technical assistance to those small business owners. So we partner with different organizations. And that's one example. There's many other organizations, and I'm sure we'll get into it in a little bit.
Absolutely. And thank you for sharing that, right? That's a wealth of knowledge just in this short time. Business owners can get SBA loan, right? That's one form. or a credit card could be an option to get access to capital. A traditional loan from a bank, a line of credit, or a CDFI, right? And that brings me to my next question. And I want to start with you, Ilse. Why is it wise for a business owner to establish a relationship with a lender before they need that loan?
Yes, establishing a relationship with your banker should be the first step before you need that access to capital. You want to share with your bankers your short-term and long-term goals. The short-term goal could be in 6 months, I want to purchase a truck, or I want to increase my sales by adding inventory so I can be ready for a busy season. Long term could be when I have a second location in a couple of years, what do I need to do? So starting that relationship early is you providing your business with advantage of working as a team with your banker. Your banker, you want your banker to know you and to know you, your business and how your business operates. So it can be an advocate for you when it's time for you to apply, or when you're ready for the next step.
Absolutely. So thank you for sharing that importance of having a relationship with a lender, right? Or a trusted advisor who can help you navigate your goals, and then also to help you or point you to all of the different ways in which you can obtain capital. Because as we're hearing, there's several different ways in which you can do that, right? So having that trusted advisor right on your side, understanding your long and short-term goals, can help you navigate that process. So Martha, I want to ask you a little bit about capital, and then also talk to me a little bit about some of the ways that a business can access capital from a CDFI. I know Peter kind of piqued our interest in it, but I want to go ahead and have you to explain what is a CDFI right now.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and JP Morgan Chase for hosting this very informative and important topic and session. As Maida said at the beginning, access to capital is one of the main challenges that small business owners face, and we have great resources in the community to help small business owners overcome those challenges. So as Peter mentioned before, CDFIs, or Community Development Financial Institutions like Left Fund, are nonprofit lenders, essentially. We are here to help small business owners when their bank is not able to help them with a loan for their business. Because we are a nonprofit, we are able to take a little bit more risk and help those business owners that might be just starting a business and don't have any financial history, or where their credit score or credit history is not perfect, but they're building their way there, right? So as our CEO says, our main goal is to help small business owners graduate from our program and become bankable, so they can turn back to Peter and Ilse and access the wide variety of capital options and lending options that they have available for them. One of the things I'd like to mention, Diana, when you talked about why is it important to have a relationship with your bank, and Ilse mentioned really they can understand your business needs, right? They should be your trusted partner. And I also think that developing that relationship allows Ilse and Peter to match your business with the right lending option, the right loan for your business, for your specific goals. So really developing that relationship early on is very beneficial for the business owners.
Thank you, Martha, for sharing that. Having that trusted partner, right? Again, navigating all of the different options that are out there where you can obtain a loan or obtain some capital. I want to talk a little bit more about, how the bank, Chase, which we have all of the traditional products, right, can help your business obtain funding if you just started that business. So Peter or Ilse, either the two of you all can take this question.
I can start. like Peter mentioned, we have that other products like a home equity line of credit, and often I see customers using the equity of their home to start the business, to do the capital injection at the beginning of the business. When they start the business, a savings account. They put aside a savings account, and they use it that way, or the credit card. If it's a short-term need, a credit card, would be a great product for them to, to cover the expenses for the probably the first 6 months or first year. A lot of business product. Credit card products over 0% for 12 months. So I see many business owners taking advantage of that.
Thank you. And Peter, if you wanted to expound on that a little bit more, any products or anything that you would recommend to a new business, a startup who's looking for some capital?
Yeah, those are great options that Ilse just described. And then, of course, circling back to CDFIs and other organizations outside. CDFIs are mission-based lenders, and they can also help support with the initial seed capital to start or grow their business until they have enough of the criteria and standards that banks are required of small businesses, to have to graduate them. And then get the wide option of loans that we have available for them. So it really depends too on what the loan is for, right? So if it's a truck loan, we use that example, that's usually a term loan. If it's for working capital, then that's usually a revolving line of credit so that you can reuse it, you pay it and you reuse it over and over. If it's for real estate, you would do a longer real estate loan to meet those needs. So really, it's really important to know the customer's goals and objectives to be able to match the right solution within the bank or using one of our organizations that we partner with.
Thank you for highlighting that. And that's a perfect segue to our next question. And Martha, I would like you to expound on this, but how is it that community development financial institutions, commonly known as CDFIs, and a bank like Chase, how do we work together?
We work together in a variety of ways, as Peter and Ilse have already mentioned. When they're not able to help their client because it's not ready for one of their products, we can come in as a partner to JP Morgan Chase and also the business owners to help them establish that credit history, access capital to inject in the business, purchase that piece of equipment, right? Hire another employee for working capital. We'll work together. In turn, the business owner, by making their payments on time, developing that credit history, that credit score, and growing the business, is also able to then have a capacity to access more funds, right? And hopefully work back again with their bank and financial institution. We also partner with JP Morgan Chase with knowledge base, right? We host a variety of seminars like this, pretty much like this, where your experts, right, at the bank come in and share information and helpful tips on specific topics. And those can vary from really understanding your financials or how do you prepare to access capital. And that's valuable information that a lot of the times might be intimidated for a small business owner to walk into a bank and ask those questions. So really providing that kind of information in a forum like this is very helpful as well.
Thank you. So I'm loving this conversation, because I'm hearing just plain and simple ways in which a business can be successful, right? It starts with that relationship, because if you have that relationship established, you can learn about all of these different resources in one place. It can help you align the right product or the right type of capital wherever you are in your business cycle, whether you are a startup, a more established business. You can hear all of the different options, right, and make the best decision. Now, let's move forward.
And Diana, if I could add to that relationship that we have with CDFIs, it's a very complementary relationship. So small business owners need a lot of different things. We're talking about access to credit now, but to give you an example, the CDFI doesn't open a checking account, cannot help with other tools to help you access your small businesses and accept payments from small businesses, right? The CDFI doesn't help with that, but Chase can. So you need to have a complementary relationship with organizations that are going to help you meet your needs. And we can help with the operating account, we can help with merchant processing, we can help with some other things. And if the access to capital component at this time in this stage of the small business, we're not able to help because they don't meet the standards, that's where the CDFI can be engaged to help with that. So it's very complementary.
Thank you. That is so important. And I know, Martha, you wanted to share just a little bit more about what else you can do.
Yes.
Because I learned something about the technical assistance.
Yeah, and I also think, to Peter's point, is really, it benefits the business owner by expanding the network of professionals that can help them, right? So really connecting them with other professionals that can help them on different aspects of the business, like connecting them with someone to help them with their marketing or sales, or a CPA or bookkeeper, right? A lot of the times, if you have that relationship with your banker or your lender at a CDFI like Lift Fund, we see our clients all the time connecting with our lenders and asking, what professional do you recommend for this? Or I'm having this type of trouble with my business. Who do you recommend? And having access to that network of other trusted professionals is very important. And I think that when you have that relationship with your lender, they connect you to a bigger network of professionals as well.
Thank you. It's very important, right? Because it may not always be the request for physical capital, but you may need some other resources to prepare you to get the capital or to manage the capital, right? So now I'm a business owner. I just started, or I'm an established business. And I've decided that I am ready to access some capital. Who can help me as a business owner prepare my financial package for my loan request? And I'll start with you, Yossi.
Yes. So first, you have to start by setting an appointment or meeting with your banker, so you can learn about the requirements that you need to start the process. Your banker can also work with your tax preparer, your bookkeeper, just together to put together the package and understand what you're gonna need to to start the process. A lot of business customers share with me that they use a lot of the universities. They have resources as well. Business students, they need to do some projects, and they help with either that business plan or sales projection or with the idea that you come across. So that's another resource as well. The Louisiana Small Business Development Center, also customers use that a lot, and it's a great resources for them as well.
Thank you. So Ilse shares some really great takeaways, right? When you're actually ready to access that capital, start with your banker first, right? That's that trusted partner. They can help you to navigate the path of the courses or direct you to other resources. I heard you mention the universities is a great resource for a business plan. Our CDFIs like Lift Fund, right? That's another resource. Or the Louisiana Small Business Development Center is another resource with helping getting prepared for that capital. So I want to start with you, Martha. What are some of the biggest mistakes that you see businesses make when they're requesting capital from a bank or from a CDFI?
So I will definitely have to say, not having a firm grasp or understanding about their financials. And this circles back to the question before. And it all starts with having that conversation with your banker. But in order to have an educated conversation, we always recommend that you know your personal and business financials before you have that conversation. That way you come prepared. As I was saying earlier, it might be intimidating to walk into a bank with your banker and really share, your financials. But if you know your financials, if you understand where you are, understand your credit, understand your personal capacity, your business capacity, you can have a more educated conversation so they can guide you to take the next step, right? In terms of growth for your business. So being knowledgeable about where you stand with your personal and business financials is very important. Understanding your credit score, pulling your credit report so you ensure that everything that is there is correct, right? And if it's not, you take the right steps to remedy that. Those are one of the tips, some of the tips that I would give small business owners so that they are prepared when they're ready to access capital.
And if I can add to that, Diana, it's also it takes a village. So having a good accountant, possibly a lawyer, and other professionals that can help tell your story. Small business owners are very passionate about their story and about their business and what they are providing to the community. But having a good business plan, know how to talk to the business plan, have the business plan include projections. If you are looking to grow your business, that's part of the story that banks are going to want to see, that you have projections, you have a business plan, and you know your financials, and you know how to talk to them, and you can articulate your story. That's critical in this process.
Absolutely. Anything that you would share to our business, with our business owners, EOC, just some things that they can avoid.
They waited until they had the need to access capital to approach the bank. We see that many times that clients will walk with a contract and say, I just received that contract now, I need capital to pay my bills. Payment for 40 days. So that is important, going back to establishing the relationship with your banker. So also, not understanding the financial numbers. Sometimes I ask the client questions about the tax returns, and they say, for that, or my company takes care of that. Numbers, and I would say also schedule a meeting at least once a year. When you receive your tax returns, go back to your banker and show them the tax returns. And because we provide educations and tools as well, just like Martha was saying about Leaf Fund, we can grab your hand and we want you to be successful. So that's another best practice as well.
Absolutely. I want to double click on financials, right? Because I've been in the industry for a little bit as well. Either of you all can take this, but when we talk about financials and being prepared and knowing your numbers, can either of you all share an experience or talk to financials not truly capturing what's happening with the business, right? So I might have this request for $100,000. However, my financials don't support the story that I'm telling you of what's really happening with my business. Can either of you all talk to that a little bit, and that being one of the mistakes?
I think it's a share. A lot of times customers get paid in cash. That's a common, example that we have. Ready to access the capital, the bank can see that you. So that's one way that I see. My tax account does a lot of the deductions. So, yes, your accountant wanted to save you in taxes, but if you don't have that communication with your accountant, it's just like saying sharing with your banker, then they don't know what your goals are for your business. So if they want you to save taxes, so they're gonna do all the deductions and then financial statement. That's not gonna support them.
thank you for sharing that, because I do see that being one of the mistakes. Not really capture what's truly happening with the business, and then it doesn't support the new loan request or the new loan amount, or if you're looking to expand or grow, the numbers don't support it. So I heard some great information around the takeaways, or some of the things to help our business owner to avoid some of the mistakes. You know, that education, having that, being able to tell your story, Peter shared, knowing your numbers, understanding your credit score, knowing what that number is, right, prior to having a conversation about accessing capital for the business. I also heard it takes a village, right? And that village is your trusted partner or advisor, be your banker at a traditional bank. If you've established a relationship with a CDFI, that could be your partner, your accountant, right? Understanding what are your goals? What are some plans that you have for the next 2 years, so that they can help you prepare your financials to support where you're trying to go. I also heard that, you know, having that conversation with your banker ahead of time, not waiting to the last minute, meaning I need the money on Monday and I'm sitting in the bank on a Friday at noon asking for money, and we're saying, well, when do you need it? I need it like yesterday, right? Making certain that you prepare for that request and allow yourself enough time where whoever's going to be making that decision have enough time to look at your financials, and also you have time to meet with the other resources if there's other options for you, so that way you're not forced to make a decision at the last minute. But we want to hear from you all. At this time, we're going to open up the chat box where, or we want to get some questions from the audience. Anything that we may not have covered, we want to answer your questions today. So this time is reserved for you all. And if Myra, if you can share any questions that we have already in the chat box, that would be great.
Yes, there is a question regarding to expand or elaborate regarding home equity.
Take that.
Thank you.
Home equity, when you own your home, your primary home, and you have paid, you know, pretty much you have home and have enough equity, which is what you owe and what's the value of your home. You can use that. You can come to the bank and request a line of credit. And business owners use that to start the business when the funding is not available, either by savings or they know they're not going to be bankable at that time. So that's another resource. So that's how home equity works.
Thank you, Elsie. And Myra, are there any other questions?
There is another one around credit. If you can talk a little more about the ranges, the actual ranges that are looked at for business owners, and how can those be improved? Because that's a limitation a lot of times when people find themselves, because they use their own personal finances to support the business, and then it impacts the credit. So I don't know who wants to take that one. Maybe.
So when you say impact the credit, are you talking about the credit score?
Yes, the credit score.
Okay. Do you want to?
Yeah, I can take it from the so from the lit fund side, right? We are able to work with business owners who have not so perfect credit score, right? So our threshold for those who we can help, it is broader. I would say that the specific credit score will determine the amount that the business owner can borrow. However, that's not to say we see a lot of business owners that start with a microloan, very small loan, maybe $2,000, $5,000 as a seed loan for their business. And through that loan, they make their payments on time, they develop a good credit history, they increase their credit score. Once they pay it off, they're able to request a larger amount, right? Enhancing their capacity and improving their credit score. It's an exercise that takes time, but it's an exercise that is necessary if you want to grow your business through additional funding and borrowing money, which to that point, I'd like to say a lot of the Hispanic community, we are so used to, most of us, right, or some of us, to cash basis, right, or not wanting to borrow money, being afraid because our parents and grandparents were not open to debt, right? That was probably not the way to do it in our countries back home. So, or their home, right, or parents and grandparents' home. And so for, I think, being open to understanding credit, understanding how that leverages your capacity as a business owner to increase and grow your business and access, more resources is important as well. And starting with smaller amounts that you feel comfortable as a business owner to manage and grow will give you also the confidence to not only build your business, but also increase your credit, your capacity, and your ability to take, a further growth steps.
Thank you, Martha. And I know, Ilse, you can maybe share a little bit about the businesses that you've been able to help over the years to build, that credit line and access more capital and reach their goals.
Yes, well, we want to start with Chase has a tool. It's called Credit Journey, and you can track your credit, and it explains how that credit is formed. If last month was less or more, it's gonna tell you why. What is the reason that it went up or went down? So that's a great tool that we have that I share with clients all the time. And I would just say Chase is just about relationships. So when you had that meeting, I provided education to our clients, and I said, this is what we need to do to go to that next step. And can be you need to make more deposits. You have to show. You can't just deposit the money and leave the account at zero. So start like that, because we base it in relationship. So the support is important in the business side, but it's just a part of the equation. The personal credits is just also the relationship that you have with how you manage your account. And I think that's how being able to help our clients, we start, like Martha said, learning, about the credit. Okay, this is what is preventing you right now. So let's help you. This is what you can do, and share with them where they can find help. If it's not something that is with the bank, where they can find help to maybe improve that credit, and if that's what is preventing them. But like I said, it's all about a relationship. The equation is, is credit, is collateral, is cash flow. And so understanding that, and then be patient. Repeating what Martha said, be patient. It takes time. It's a process. It's so many times that it's just so gratifying when you see this business going, because you help, because you took the time to educate them. But you have to also, take the time to invest and take the time, the dedication, and say, yes, I'm gonna follow, the advice. But that's how being
this is going in the
clients
background
and
because for some
feed
reason
them
Zoom
and
didn't download
watering
the
it
webinar,
and
so I'm
watching
recording
it
it so
grow.
we can post it to
So,
YouTube.
yes,
should be done
yes,
soon.
and it's so important. And like I said,
So
the
those are the
it's just so
invoices, all I
gratifying
have
to
for the
see
month
that
and all the
that I can,
outstanding amendments.
from 20 years back, I said, hey, I helped that client to buy the first house by providing this type of education. But the business now, it went from 250,000
Yeah, so for that-
now it's over $1 million. And
For that
because
meeting,
they listen
I
on
need
what I
to
have to say. They saw me
bring the
as
most
a part of their
recent
team, as a trusted advisor that they can contact
trade
with any
show
of the financial needs.
flyers and
great.
That was a great
and I
question.
need to bring the.
Right.
somewhat
It helped us
flyer
to
for the-
understand the importance of, knowing what your credit score is today,
And
right?
if you can press
Using the
the
tools
stuff
that
that
are
you
already
sent to
there,
her
they're no
too.
cost to you. Credit Journey. is a
send it
tool.
To
Whether
Diane.
you're a Chase customer
For
or
my
not,
meeting
you
with
can
Diane.
log in
Okay.
and get that information. It'll give you
I- you
alerts,
have
it'll
it
give
over
you
there.
Yes,
scores,
just
give you
what,
tips on how
what
to
stuff
improve.
did I already send her?
You send
Having
her
a
all the
relationship
board
with the
stuff.
CDFI offers those broader range of products where it's not that traditional lending where your score has to be at this particular number or else, right? So a CDFI can look at other things to help you improve the credit and also get the resources that you need at the same time. You'll see pointed out the importance of a deposit relationship with your bank. The bank factors that in as well, your relationship to help make those lending decisions.
Or we
And
can
be
have been
patient.
getting
I heard
messages
that,
from
right?
people.
You know, if your score is at one number,
Even right now on my
execute on the
Zoom, I have
tools,
said
use the resources in time. It is going to improve for you, right? Because you're getting
With
education and
and my
knowledge.
truck is
how to
Hispanic,
do that.
remember he even said.
I believe
that he
there's another
couldn't
question.
come to the-
Yes.
Uh,
The
The healthcare
reason,
event
what are the
because
current interest
he wasn't
rates for
even going out.
SBA?
They've been
live
hooked up. I don't understand.
I'll take the SBA portion, and then I'll let Martha talk about hers. And before I talk about rates, I also just wanted to add to what Diana's saying is about responsible credit. It's knowing your credit score and what can impact your credit score up or down. So being very responsible and very intentional with that. And I'll give you just a brief example. If you need a loan, not going to 10 different places and applying for a loan and having 10 different inquiries. That will devastate the credit score. It will lower your credit score. So you don't want to do that. And I know Martha and the Fund and other organizations out there can provide better credit counseling and education on how to be very responsible for your credit score. Now I'm not turning to rates. So rates are they're set on a multitude of factors. So every small business owner, on the collateral, it depends on a lot of factors. On what your rate is, but to give you kind of a range on SBA loans, if you were applying for an SBA real estate loan, it could be somewhere in the 3 to 4% fixed rate, right? Depending on which program and how much borrowing, a line of credit that is tied to an SBA program. It's called the SBA Express program. You can get a capital line credit. The same, somewhere around that 3 to 5% range. So the rates we're getting at is the rates are very attractive. Rates are very low at this time. Now, if you're getting an equipment loan, small piece of machinery, that could be 79%. That's because it's just a very small loan. It's very hard for the lender on a very small loan.
So, thank God.
So if you situation,
Right now.
but the rates typically right now are very.
I'm back to, we're going to the mall.
And just because I know it's the elevated, and
Jefferson
probably some business owners
council
that want to know
member is doing.
What
a
about
farm,
the immigration
market,
status, the
farmer's market
ITN
thing.
number.
I was gonna go because he asked me
How
to go.
do, because a lot of them think,
Sorry.
I don't qualify. I can't access any capital from any institution. How can we work with them?
Thank you for that question, Mayra. So us at Lift Fund, we are able to provide small business loans to ITIN holders. And those loans are up to 10,000 generally. We can, have a conversation and understand their needs a little bit more, but it's a seed loan, right? Like we were talking at the beginning, is developing and establishing that credit, that history, and then be able to access additional funds. So at Lift Fund, we welcome IT holders. We have a lot of clients that have been able to grow their businesses through loans at Lift Fund.
Thank you.
And then to
Go ahead.
Go ahead, go ahead.
And I just wanted to add, that's one of the reasons we work so close with, like Leaf Fund, because they help establish that credit. And then with that, they come to me and then I can help establish that credit card that they need. So we do offer credit cards for EK holders, you just like me, even if I have a social, I have to have some credit established. So we leverage the partnership that we have with Leaf Fund that way.
And that's why, an organization like mine comes in to make sure that the community understands, because many times it's lack of knowledge. They don't know that they're able to access that capital. So we're here to be one of your trusted partners and continue to work with you.
Thank you. Great question. Are there any other questions?
They're saying, is there a website we can go to find out more about SB?
Yes, so our website is liftfund.com. I'll type it in the chat as well so you can get it straight from there. But under our loan offerings is where you will be able to find all of the different product options that we have available for small business owners. We do have some relief and recovery loan products specifically for business owners that have been impacted and seeking to recover from the pandemic and this past year, the challenges that this past year put upon them. We also offer a lot of virtual learning opportunities. We have a lot of workshops that we offer that are free and available to the small business community. You can find more information at liftfund.com/events. And they're the free business consultations that we talked about right throughout this session, the technical assistance, connecting with a business advisor to bounce ideas, to learn more about the resources available in their community and connecting them with the other organizations that are represented at this panel as well. So our information again is liftfund.com. Our team members are bilingual and able to help them as well in the language that they prefer, English or Spanish.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. I don't have any other questions. Diana?
Okay.
Well,
yeah, and I'll start with you, Peter. Is there anything else that we have not discussed that you believe that would be helpful for a business owner to know about Chase?
Yeah, so we're here to help, and with folks like Ilse and the commitment from Chase, creating roles like yours, Diana, and helping the community. We're committed. We're long-term in Louisiana and other states. We want to help small businesses. We want to help underserved businesses in underserved communities. We're very passionate about that. And then I'll just leave you with this. We can help customers in different life stages. And sometimes the credit piece, we're not at the right stage, but we partner with mission-based lenders, as I mentioned before, like Lyft, that will help customers then become approved and ready for the next stage to get a loan with a cash flow lender. So CDFIs are mission-based lenders, and then banks are cash flow lenders. So back to the point of cash versus depositing into the banks, you need to have the right financials with the right cash flow to be able to graduate. So, and we can help you. It takes a village, but we're very passionate and would love to help small businesses succeed.
Thank you, Peter, for sharing that information. Ilse, is there anything we have not discussed that you would like business owners to know about you or Chase? Please share.
Chase, I just wanted to say that it's the misconception of being a large bank. So I wanted to share that Chase provides you with all the resources of a global bank, providing you with that feel and that convenience of a community bank. You can have a dedicated banker just like me that you can contact for any of the financial needs or other products that you help you, like Peter said, with the checking account, a merchant account, a credit card, savings account, help you with doing your payroll online, paying your employees via direct deposit. So all of that, that is very important for your business. So we're here to help.
No,
No, Michelle, something BS.
My information is on the screen right now, so please don't hesitate to call me. And if I'm not available, we do have a large Hispanic bankers available throughout the area that also can help.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's executive.
I want to thank all of our panelists. They have given valuable information, resources, and they are all passionate about helping business owners succeed. We want to all thank you all for joining today's discussion and learning, more ways in which you can prepare for loan needs, learning about all of the different products that are available to you, depending on where you are in your business life cycle,
Updated.
and how you can obtain capital from an SBA lender, from Chase, from a LIFT fund. So if you have any additional questions, you can take a screenshot or snap a picture of the contact information. You can contact any of us directly. And then also, you will receive a survey in a day or two. We want to hear from you all. We want to know how we are doing. And we also want to hear about any other topics you would like to learn more about. So thank you all. I appreciate Hispanic Chamber for collaborating with JP Morgan Chase. And now I'll turn it over to Myra.
Need that COVID response paragraph?
Thank you, Diana. It's been an honor. And I would just like to echo what you just mentioned and thank our panelists. Thank you for the wonderful conversation today, addressed to businesses, and very transparent and very down to earth, where people can relate to what they're living and where their business is at this moment and where they want to take it, in the next 2, 3, or 5 years, whenever that would be. And we're here to be your partners and help you. So I'm excited about this program and moving forward with many other topics that I know will be just as exciting. So thank you again. We've had wonderful participation through Zoom and also engagement on Facebook. So I'm very happy with today's event. Thank you again for your collaboration, your partnership, and your support.
I went to.
Thank you. Have a great weekend. See you all next.
I
Fitness
sold the
Friday.
table, so please, we
Absolutely.
need to follow up. Put it on your list so that I need to send an email to Freda and her partner, Rick, following up on the purchase of the table for the gala. And the lieutenant governor came to that event. So of course I went up to him and talked to him about the $5,000 sponsorship that I've been working on. And he gave instructions to the person at Julio, who I've been talking to anyway, and said, Julio, make sure that it's totally processed.
Okay.
And put it on my calendar. It's going to come. He
Awesome.
came last time, and he came with the whole group and stayed the whole night. And
Okay.
so
So also remind you to follow up.
follow up with Julio, yes.
Julio.
He charged. So that was a good thing, but I was so tired. Because I left here and and the event was at 5 o'clock. So I basically got home, changed, and had to
Move right back. Yeah.
all the way to the river. So, but it was worth it.